Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Spiritual Intellectual 777 here. You know, the host that does the most. Welcome to the House of Greatness. But anyways, in today's episode, what we're going to talk about is how to bring joy to others. And this topic was inspired by a fellow Facebook friend of mine. You know, as soon as I finished cutting this video, I am going to put her name in one of the lower thirds for you guys. But yeah, so let's get it started. First point that I want to touch on is love yourself first. And now you may be thinking, well, what does self-love have to do with bringing joy to others? If you're trying to bring joy to another person, well, let me tell you how. So, a lot of people in society get this notion of always looking for love outside of themselves, right? And so, you know, people go on this endless long search of trying to find the one, when the only thing it does, it just leads them on this endless search. And I mean endless, because people go on these dating sites where they swipe left and they swipe right and they go on these bunch of dates. Then the other person doesn't meet their expectations, and then there's a pity party all over the place, right? But, you know, you have to cultivate that self-love first. And that's just an example that I'm using in this video, because there's a lot of people in society that are always looking outside of themselves for love, and they're always trying to bring joy to others. But me and you both know that you can only give what you have. And if you haven't learned to love yourself first and learn to bring joy to yourself, then there is no way in hell that you're going to be able to bring joy to others like you intend to. And the second point that I want to touch on is take care of yourself. Now, I know the first 2 points have to do with self, but how can you bring joy to others if you're constantly burnt out all the time and you're not doing, you know, if you're not taking breaks, right? Because if you're out here running around like a chicken with its head cut off, you know, you're rushing, do this task and this task and this task and this task, and you're burning out your batteries, then you're not going to be able to give joy to others. And this is piggybacking off my first point about self-love, right? Because when you love yourself, you take care of yourself. You take naps when you need to take a nap. You eat when you need to eat. You exercise when you need to exercise. Or instead of going out all the time, you decide to cut it down a bit. You know, let's say you go out like 5 times a week. You may even only minimize that to 2 times a week, because you're trying to make more time for rest and recuperation, right? And we all know, for all the light workers and earth angels and the star seeds, Messiah seeds, etc., we need breaks, because we're constantly out there just giving advice and giving out this healing and love energy, but we only have so much energy to give before we start to tire out. And this goes into just taking a break from everybody and everything, just so you can recharge your batteries and so you can be able to better serve others. And the third point that I want to touch on is serving others, like I mentioned in the last point. So what we talked about so far was love yourself and take care of yourself, and now to serve others. These may be obvious points, but we all know that humans are very forgetful creatures, so we may forget sometimes these simple little things to be able to bring others joy. You know, we get our biggest joy out of all from serving other people, you know? And a lot of people use this very common excuse of not having enough money as a block to them not being able to serve others. Listen, you do not have to have all the money in the world. You just have to live from your soul and your heart space, right? And give from there. You know, don't overthink serving others. You know, you may have like a particular talent or a group of talents to be able to help people, right? It doesn't necessarily just have to be monetary. It can be you giving someone your time, giving them your energy, giving them your friendship, giving them your love, like romantically. You know what I'm saying? These are all very simple ways you can serve others. So again, it doesn't have to just be money. It can be you just simply giving a person an act of kindness, like giving them a hug, giving them a handshake, telling them that they're good enough, telling them that you love them. Just simple little things like that. It's simple and small, but it is a big deal, okay? So I'm gonna tell you right now that I love you, whoever you are, wherever you're viewing this from, or whatever year you're viewing this from. Just know that I love you and I care about you. And this is my way of serving others, right? You know, I am also a videographer, and I'm an actor, and I'm a filmmaker. And I'm using my artistic talents to be able to serve others, and while also spreading the information about the lessons I've learned on my spiritual journey. And so speaking of stories, I'm gonna tell you one before I move on to the next point. Is when I started like going on this journey back in 2014, and when I was studying the laws of attraction and manifestation and all that jazz, you know, they always talked about serving others, serving. And I remember I read this specific book by Deepak Chopra called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I read that back in 2015. And, you know, I forgot what chapter it was because I already finished reading that book 3 years ago. But he said in the chapter, if you want love, give love. If you want kindness, give kindness. If you want money, give money. So basically what he's saying is if you want something, you gotta give that very thing to other people if you want it back, because this universe is a very, very giant mirror. So the quickest, like, I guess like a quick hack, as you know, as I can say, is if you want to experience joy in your life, you have to give joy to others, and you do that by serving others. You know what I'm saying? You know, I am of service to you guys. Without you guys, there would be no me. So I'm literally grateful for every single person that leaves a comment, that leaves a like, that shares my videos all across the internet and with their friends and their family. Like, I appreciate all the shares and the likes and the comments that you guys leave, and all the subscribes too. But yeah. Let's move on to the next point. So the next point that I want to talk about is listen. And I know this sounds very, very simple, but how many times or how often do we actually listen? Do we actually give a person our full attention? You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, you know, when a person's talking to you, you're just scrolling through social media or you're texting somebody else while that person's talking to you. No, I'm talking about you are fully engaged with that person. You're giving that person your undivided attention, right? Because we live in a time where people are not really present, right? It's like they're half listening. You know, they're half listening to the other person, and half of their attention is on the phone. And it's too much chaos for the brain to handle at once. So the best way to truly tune in to how a person feels and to truly serve the other person, you have to really, 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 really listen and be present with them. And it's not always easy because there are distractions, way more distractions now than there ever was in the previous decades or centuries, because we have so much technology and so much information just flowing to us all at one time. that it has made it nearly impossible for us to focus on one thing or one person for a really long time, right? So just listen to the other person, and it's going to take some getting used to, but once you master it, you'll be able to better serve the other person. All right. And the fifth and final point that I want to discuss is bring positive energy, right? That's the whole point of bringing joy to others, is bringing a positive energy. And like I said, you don't have to do it in a form of money. You can do it in a form of just giving a person a compliment, and a genuine compliment at that. I'm not talking about them fake ass compliments people give just to give them. Like, no, I mean a genuine one. Be genuine when you give out compliments, because people can, especially empaths, are great at reading energy. And if you're being phony with your compliments, then they're going to pick up on that very easily. But if you're very genuine and it's coming from your heart and soul, then they're going to pick up on that vibe, right? And I know as an empath myself that I'll be able to pick up easily when someone's being genuine versus when they're being inauthentic, right? So please, guys, please be genuine with the compliments that you give to other people, and the only way that you can bring positivity is if you love yourself and you take care of yourself. It all starts with self. If you want to bring joy to other people, you have to learn to bring joy to yourself. You have to, because how you approach other people is how you approach yourself. So if you bring lots of positive energy towards yourself, you're going to be able to bring it towards other people, right? Because like I said, you can't give what you don't have. You have to really just tune into yourself and to really just heal all of those blockages and spend lots of time with yourself in order to be able to do this. It's paradoxical. It's like the law of correspondence. As above, so below, as below, so above, and as within, so without. So if you're radiating joy from the inside out, you're going to be bringing loads of positivity to other people. And when people get around you, they're just going to instantly feel better just by being in your presence, because your energy is just so pure and so friendly and just childlike. And other people are just going to want to be around you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because bringing joy to others is a very powerful thing. But like I said, you got to start it within yourself. It starts with that self-love and that self-care, right? And I know that I said that tip number 5 was last, but I'm gonna just throw this in there as a bonus tip, is to do what you love every single day, right? I felt like I had to say this because a lot of the times just do what we hate so we can do what we love later, and that is the worst dichotomy that we can ever live out. Because if you're doing what you hate most of the time, you're not going to feel joyous. You're going to feel drained and burnt out and irritable. And it's going to be damn near impossible for you to be able to give joy to others. It's going to be hard. So I'm not going to say I beg of you. I'm going to say, please, do what you love. Do what you love every single day. You have to make time to do what you love. Because otherwise, this world is going to drive you insane, and you're just going to get lost in the sauce of the matrix, and you're going to have to do a lot of healing and clearing, and yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to touch on these quick little tips on how to bring joy to others. If you guys would like to, make sure to leave a comment down below. And before you do that, I want you to comment in what way do you serve others. So let's get the conversation going, guys. type in the comments below what is your unique way of serving others, and also make sure to hit that subscribe button, and once you do, hit that bell so you can get notified on every video that I upload to this channel. And if you guys would like to, you can make donations, and the link to my PayPal is in the description below, along with my Cashtag, and my Cashtag is Spiritual Warriors 777. And if you guys are wondering what a Cashtag is, that's a part of the cashapp. It's similar to PayPal, but it's laid out differently. But like I said, both of those will be in the description below if you guys would like to make donations to this channel so that I can be able to do what I do. Yeah, and also make sure to share this with your friends and family and on all your social media platforms to get the word out about the channel, about anybody else who might be interested in spirituality and personal development and motivation. Alright, so peace in and out with the highest vibes, and make sure to tune into your own house of greatness, and I'll see you guys later.